Hi, so I'm Tyler Brockman, and I decided to do my informative speech on artificial intelligence. So I can kind of open up with the question of, why talk about artificial intelligence and like, what is it? Is it important? Things like that. I feel like artificial intelligence has a really big impact on our everyday lives, and it's like talked a lot more about in the news, and that it affects us a lot more than we actually do realize, and not a lot of people realize that. I feel like artificial intelligence has become a lot more popular recently, and for a good reason. It's had so many advances in the medicine field and so many other fields. So that kind of like brings us to a point like, what does artificial intelligence actually do for us? Like, where is it helping us? What is it doing for us? And AI has been used for a ton of advancements, such as like financial fields, financial services. It's played such a big part in healthcare, and just so many more. AI has been used in a ton of different categories, and I feel like it's only getting bigger and expanding more and more. It helps us in like other things. It's not just financial. It's not just healthcare. AI helps us in things like retail. It can help us with things like baking, health. Like I said before, healthcare. It can help us automate so many things and help us make better decisions. It can help us do things quicker. So as long as I feel like as long as we keep it under control, it's only a good thing. So one of the websites that I researched and I spent a lot of time looking at was a website called CSU Global, and that kind of helped us or helped me at least gain a perspective of how impactful artificial intelligence actually is. Help me like take a deeper dive into how important it really is, because like I said before previously that not a lot of people realize how important it is. So I feel like a lot of people might like have a couple questions, maybe something like how recent is AI? It's something that's like brand new, and it's kind of blown up recently. It's gotten a lot popular recently. It's been around for probably a couple years now, but it's really starting to get popular in these last 1 or 2 years. And I feel that a lot of like the more recent like New York Times, the big news articles in journals like Forbes magazine, New York Times, they talk about artificial intelligence a lot. And as shown before in my visual aid, that's talked about a lot, that AI has gotten big over the news. It's gotten a lot popular. There's news segments on it. It's become super popular. And speaking of news segments, one of the most like popular types of AI is something called ChatGPT, and that's been used for answering. You type in a prompt, and it's been used for answering questions, writing essays, and with that's come, I think, a big cheating scandal in schools. A lot of students have tried to use it to do their work for them. Myself, I've watched a bunch of news articles on that about how ChatGPT has, and I found out a lot more about that through the Harvard Business Review article, and that's linked on my visual aid as well previously. But the Harvard Business Review article gave you a really in-depth of how ChatGPT works, why it's popular, why it's one of the most popular AIs, and I thought that article was really helpful, so you guys should definitely check that out. And then kind of just to wrap up, artificial intelligence is a huge part of our world. Like, whether you want to deny it or not, AI is important, it's popular, and it's probably here to stay, whether we like it or not. So we definitely need to learn as much about it, embrace it, use it in the best way, and make sure it's not negatively affecting any of our lives. But yeah, artificial intelligence is a big part. And one of the articles I looked at was one in the Neuroscience News, and that kind of listed a bunch of ways how AI is used for good and not for bad, because I know that some people may think that artificial intelligence is a negative thing, but it's not at all. And yeah, that's about it. Just to wrap up, artificial intelligence is an interesting topic. It's a helpful thing. It's a good thing, I think, at least in my opinion. And yeah, that's it.